However, looking after Philip's radiant face does not seem to be terminally ill. Is there really any medical miracle that can't be achieved? At this moment, Philip continued, "The second question, if you don't believe that my body has fully recovered, then after the press conference, I will go to Fairview for a full-body CT scan. And the result of the scans, I would like to announce it to all media and the general public." With Philip's words, everyone is not suspicious of his condition. Because a whole-body CT scan can find any kind of tumor, even very early-stage carcinoma in situ, it can be found well. If Philip did not recover, he would definitely not dare to accept such an examination. Everyone couldn't help but marvel. They didn't expect that even pancreatic cancer, a super-terminal illness, could be born with such a miracle, which reminds people of the genius Jobs who died young a few years ago. It's the same disease, why didn't Jobs have such luck? If Jobs was still alive, maybe he could bring more innovation and change to mankind. Then, Philip said, "The third question, I think everyone is very concerned about the arrangement of the chairman of the GU Group. I now officially announce that between me and the other two shareholders of the GU Group, Yanzheng and Yangang, a few minutes ago, a voting rights transfer agreement was signed. Shareholders Yanzheng and Yangang have permanently transferred all the voting rights corresponding to their personal shares to me." When everyone heard this, they were even more stunned. They had already inquired about the discord between the GU family brothers from everywhere. They know that Yanzheng and Yangang have been forming an alliance to deal with their elder brother, and they are also uniting with other shareholders to deal with their elder brother. Everyone was still waiting to see a big family fight, but they didn't expect the three brothers to reach such a brotherly agreement. Yanzheng and Yangang permanently transfer their voting rights to their eldest brother Philip. Doesn't this mean that they will always obey Philip? What about the brothers competing? What about the good legacy war? The reporters present all felt extremely depressed. It's like everyone has bought melon seeds and drinks, sitting in front of the TV and preparing to watch a Gongdu opera. As a result, after turning on the TV, they found that all the empresses, C0n-cubines, and nobles in the harem were all clustered around the queen. Everyone had one mind with the queen. Everything was seen by the queen, and the whole harem was in harmony. How can there be any fights? What's the life and death? How can there be any murder? As the party concerned, it is naturally the most cost-effective solution to make concerted efforts and turn fighting into jade. But as an audience, this kind of scene is boring to the extreme. It can even be said to be very disappointing. Philip glanced over the eyes and expressions of all reporters. He smiled lightly and said into the microphone, "From today onwards, the three GU family brothers of the GU family will work together to bring the GU family into a new glory. As the so-called brothers work together, and their profit cuts gold, we also believe that with our joint efforts, the GU Group will surely return all stockholders and investors with better performance and higher market value." After he finished speaking, he joked and talks a little bit. "However, please allow me to say sorry to everyone here. You're disappointed for not letting you see a big family fight." As soon as these words came out, the reporters on the scene blushed. But at this moment the share prices of all listed companies under the GU Group began to soar like a dragon. Almost immediately after Philip's domineering remarks, the stock price, which was steadily rising shortly after opening the limit, suddenly seemed to be sitting on a rocket, and directly rushed to the limit with a sound. A large number of institutions and a large number of retail investors are watching the press conference. Seeing this, they immediately have full confidence in the GU Group and are optimistic about it, even far higher than before Philip was sick. Therefore, everyone started desperately buying all the stocks of GU's group-related listed companies that were available on the market, and immediately pulled the price to the daily limit. In the blink of an eye, the stock price reversed and detonated the entire financial circle. The reason why everyone is so optimistic about the GU Group is not only because Philip looks extremely healthy, but also because Philip's voting rights in the GU Group have reached 51%. Before that, the three GU brothers jointly held 51% of the shares and voting rights. Although Philip alone owns half of it, he wants to implement a decision on the board of directors. He must also get votes of the other two brothers, or let others. Some minority shareholders who together exceed the shareholding ratio of Yanzhang and Philip voted in favor. Now, no more. He has fully achieved the goal of one person speaking and one person being master. From now on, his control of the GU Group will rise to an unprecedented new height. This has strengthened the confidence of the market and investors in Philip. If you have confidence in him, you naturally have confidence in the GU Group. Once you have confidence in the company, you will have confidence in holding the company's stock. As a result, the stock price skyrocketed. Philip did not talk to reporters too much at the scene. After explaining a few questions he wanted to say, he said, "In the future, the GU Group will redouble its efforts to repay investors and shareholders for the GU Group. Trust, and please trust us, we will definitely give you a satisfactory answer." After that, Philip said again, "Today's press conference ends here, thank you for coming." A reporter hurriedly stood up and asked loudly, "Chairman GU, can you accept a simple interview?" Philip waved his hand. "There is no need for the interview. I just want to say so much. I have said too much, but it will affect everyone as reception of this important information." After he finished speaking, Charlie, who was under his stand, winked quietly and walked out of the venue.